Hi, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of your Frederish podcast. My name's Gary, and here I am once again with you guys. This is the last episode of 2023. Guys, don't feel any bad about it. We're going to be back. I'll be back, as the Terminator would say, in 2024 for more interesting episodes. Make yourself comfortable and be totally sure about it, all right? That's a deal, guys. I promise. I'll be back. We'll be back. Frederish Podcast will be back. Well, this is the last one, the last Friday of the year. So the day after tomorrow, the Sunday, the December 31st, we're celebrating a quite peculiar. Hey, by the way, have you already run and picked up your cup of coffee, soda, beer? Anything that can get you relaxed and chill, so we can have this interesting chat together. Yeah, okay, so let's do it. So as I was saying, on Sunday the 31st, we're going to be celebrating a quite peculiar thing, that is the New Year's arrival, basically. How do you feel about it? Do you do that? What are the memories you have related to this specific celebration, and how do you feel, more importantly, about the new year coming? Not only 2024, but in general. What kind of person you are? You have plans for the new year? Do you have the so-called and famous New Year's resolutions? We're going to talk more about it in a few minutes. Let me just start, just so I don't break the tradition, sharing my personal history with this holiday. I'll have to open my heart here, guys. I always do that, but today in a deeper and probably more painful way. It is not my favorite holiday, my favorite celebration. I don't know. I mean, I've grown in a family that would always, every New Year, be together and celebrate. So far, nothing to complain. But as I grew older, and my family kind of got separated in a way or another, these days were becoming less and less fun, So I got to a point to say, hey, why am I feeling sad about New Year's celebration? I would be like when I was 15, 16 years old, I kind of developed a bad feeling about, not a bad feeling, but a gloomy feeling, about this specific event. I'll be there with friends and families and family and everyone that wanted to be with us. But deep down, I would feel bad about it. I don't really know why, okay? But I kind of got through it, I pulled through it. I passed this phase, and I don't feel bad anymore, but it's still not my favorite, To add to this number, to this, situation, when I was, there was a sequence of years in which I was working. I was literally working during New Year's celebration, which was 2007 in Brazil. I was working in a hotel during the New Year's. Exactly, I was doing the night shift, so when the fireworks came up, I was there in a hotel desk, in a front desk in the hotel in my hometown city, just looking and smiling and saying, hey, Happy New Year to me. And then the next year I was in London, okay? And guess what? I got to work. I wasn't exactly working. I mean, I was working. Yes, I was working in 2009 to 2008 to 2009. In 2009 to 2010, yeah, no spoiler, I was working as well. And then I came back to Brazil in 2010, November 2010. I came back to Brazil. And then a month later, I started working in a hotel, not in my hometown city in the countryside, Paraná, but in the capital, Curitiba. And guess what? I got to work in New Year's Eve again. So let's just do the math here. 2007, 2008, 9, and 10. 4 years I got to work, and during some of these years I even got to work on Christmas. Okay, 2 of these years I worked on Christmas. Okay, but that's another story. All right, I didn't complain back in the days, as I say to you guys. This celebration doesn't say much for me, but that's it. That's just a funny thing to share, I hope. Today I do celebrate my family, that's, something innegotiable, right? Of course, I work in a profession that allows me to, relax and celebrate this date with my family, right, today. But for those who don't have this opportunity, it's not a big deal. You can even pick up your phone and call your family and wish your best, or the next morning. That's not a problem. But it's a funny experience I had. I must say that. Okay. So how do you celebrate? Tell me, how do you celebrate during this day? Gather together with your family, friends. You go out. I believe most people stay with their families until a certain. Young people. People in their 18s or 20 somethings, would stay with family until 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and then would go out to celebrate with friends in a club or nightclub or something. That's what I see the most, but yeah, that's it. Well, it's a interesting thing to say about New Year's celebration, that it's kind of universal, isn't it? I have the impression that not considering the countries which celebrate New Year's Eve, New Year's arrival, New Year's starts in a different date. For China, for example, that's another story. We're gonna talk a little more about it in a few minutes. But it's kind of universal, right? At least let's say in America, okay, South and North and Central, it is celebrated the same, right? People dressing white, I don't know. I don't usually dress white. Probably this year I will dress white for the occasion, because it's hot and nothing better to spend hot temperatures than be dressing white clothes. But it's I don't see many differences, which is cool. It's interesting to know, in my opinion, that people are kind of united in the same vibration and the same energy. I don't even know if that makes any sense, but that's the thing. Okay, about the New Year's feeling and resolution. Okay, almost everybody makes a kind of a resolution, and if you don't get this point, resolution is like a purpose you write down, or mentally, or on a paper, or I don't know. So you will change or start doing something in the new year. Okay, most people do that, and unfortunately, most people do not stick to it during the year. Is that right? That's what I hear. That's what I see. Probably the truth. If not, if you disagree, just let me know. But some people do, of course. I used to do that in the past, but I think that if I have something in my mind, why don't I start it tomorrow? Why do I have to wait until January 1st? Is there anything magic with this date, this number? Of course not. Again, if it works for someone, cool. But again, I don't see it working for most people, and by most people, I would say 99.9%. Even those people who stick to certain items of the list and do them, they could have done that starting on December 15th, for example. Why not? Anyways, but some people like it, even to laugh at the end of the year. but what I see a lot of of people counting is like things that are not to be left or made fun when not accomplished. Okay, for example, and most importantly, healthy things. Health things. Okay, things related to your health. For example, lose weight. I want to lose weight this year. Oh, I didn't lose a pound. A pound. I haven't lost a kilo. Ha ha ha! Funny. Let's try to do it the next year, and again, and you're fat forever. With all due respect, people should, in my opinion, take more seriously such commitments, and stop relating if it's not working on like every new year. Stop doing that. Bring the next Monday thing, which is another hypocritical. I don't even know if that's a word, but it kind of a society's hypocrisy and thing that usually doesn't work either. The today always work. Today thing. Today I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start dieting today. I'm gonna start exercising today. Just to give quick examples, simple examples, first things that pop in our mind. Related to taking care of your health. Okay. Second item that I see people putting on their to-do list, their resolution, New Year's resolution, and not sticking to it. Obviously, not accomplishing them, and at the end of the year, laughing about it. Is about like financial things. Like, hey, I wanna earn more money. I wanna promotion in my job. I wanna they don't have it, and they just make fun of it. Of course, it's way less important and relevant than health. Okay, some people won't agree, but that's my opinion. But it's still something quite important. It's like your financial health, your body health will be at some point connected to your financial health. So if it works for you, like if every year you manage to accomplish at the setting a list at the beginning of the year, and at the end, by December, you've done that, or at least 80%, or even less than that, but more than 50%. Okay, keep doing that, but don't just keep laughing at it every year for you not having accomplished these items. It's even embarrassing, I would say, with all due respect. What else do I see when it comes to New Year's resolution? Again, guys, if you're listening to me, if you're not from Brazil, this is a Brazilian podcast. I'm totally referring to Brazilian culture, okay? Maybe in other countries, things go in different ways, for better or for worse. I don't know. I'm just mentioning what I see around me in my country, Brazil, all right? Learning new languages. If you're listening to this, you're probably an English learner, someone who's been studying or who wants to be studying and who wants to be obviously fluent in English one day, or you're already fluent but you don't have you don't feel like talking to people, you don't feel comfortable enough to still be talking to people, and that might be a good resolution for again, I would say tomorrow. I would say today, but 2024, that's it, knocking on our door. It even rhymed. Anyways, new languages are usually there, not for everybody, but some people are wanting, so to say, to learn English forever. It's on their New Year's resolution forever, for past 10 years, and they still can't speak English, right? It brings us back to what I've been saying the whole time here today. Do that today. Start doing that today. Start listening to our podcast. If you're totally basic level, start studying grammar. Start doing, if you're totally basic level, you wouldn't even be understanding what I'm saying. But anyways, if you're understanding, if you know someone like that, please be kind and pass these words along. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, not breaking tradition, and just to kind of walk to the end of this episode, I brought 5 interesting facts about New Year's celebrations. Yeah, spoiler alert. Courtesy by, yeah, you guessed correctly, ChatGPT. It's an active ChatGPT is an active member of our podcast today. What do you guys think? All right, so the interesting fact number one: different New Year dates. I kind of mentioned that before, but anyways, let's read it. The celebration of New Year's Day varies across cultures and calendars. While the Gregorian calendar, the one we follow, widely used today marks January 1st as the start of the new year, other cultures celebrate the new year on different dates. For example, the Chinese New Year is based on the lunar calendar and usually falls between January 21st and February 20. Yeah, that's it. As I said, in some countries they even have a different, but most of the world would follow the Western one, the Gregorian one. Not to say here who's wrong or right. If you celebrate for Chinese and you celebrate on the 21st, cool. Same energy, same idea, same thing, all right? 2. First New Year's ball drop. The tradition of the New Year's Eve ball drop in Times Square, New York City, began in 1907. The first ball, made of iron and wood and adorned with 100 light bulbs, was lowered from a flagpole at midnight. The current ball, introduced in 2008, is a geodesic sphere covered in LED lights and is much more technologically advanced. Yeah, this thing of the Times Square's ball drop, not everyone knows that, but it's a quite beautiful spectacle, I would say, and tradition, right? I don't know if I would ever feel like going there because, well, if to spend like New Year celebration in anywhere is crowded, I mean, not anywhere, but anywhere public is quite crowded, let alone in New York, Times Square, there's like the biggest concentration of people anywhere, anywhere, anytime, and I don't feel much comfortable about it, but I can see that on TV and I feel comfortable enough to do that. But it's a beautiful show anyways. 3. New Year's resolutions traditions. The practice of making New Year's resolutions dates back over 4,000 years to ancient Babylon. Wow. The Babylonians made promises to the gods at the start of each year to return borrowed objects and pay their debts. The tradition has evolved over time, and today many people make resolutions as a way to set goals and make positive changes in their lives. Well, I've just talked a lot about it. I'm not gonna say anymore. You just say on the comments section below, please. 4. Lucky foods. Many cultures have specific foods that are considered lucky to eat on New Year's Day. For example, in the southern United States, it's a tradition to eat black-eyed peas for good luck. While in Spain, consuming 12 grapes at the stroke of midnight is believed to bring good fortune for each month of the coming year. Yeah, that's nice, guys. I don't have nothing against it. I'm kind of skeptical when it comes to like this, to this like lucky charm things, But that's it. Everyone, like, that's it. If you like it, if you know any other. Oh, here in Brazil we have the jumping waves thing at the beach, of course, right? You jump 5. I mean, how many waves you jump? 12, right? One for each month of the year, of the upcoming year. Anyways. 5. Global fireworks extravaganza. Fireworks are a common feature of New Year's celebration around the world. One of the most spectacular displays occurs in Sydney, Australia, where the Harbour Bridge and Sydney Opera House serve as a backdrop for a dazzling fireworks show. Similarly, cities like London, Dubai, and Rio de Janeiro are famous for their extravagant New Year's Eve fireworks displays that attract millions of spectators. Yeah, that's true. That's beautiful. It's one of the coolest things about the New Year's Eve celebration, the New Year's arrival. It's nice. It's nice. I remember one specific New Year's celebration I spent at the beach. I mean, the only one. I was in Guaratuba. My dad lived there back in the days. And I remember being at the beach, like crowded of people, lots of people there, everyone dressing white, and then seeing the fireworks at the sky was one of the few moments during my teenage years, as I shared that before with you guys. You guys know what I'm talking about, that I didn't feel as gloomy, as sad as the usual. And that's it for this episode, guys, and that's it for 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for your company, not only in this episode, but also in the year. And I really hoping and waiting to see you in the next one. Thank you very much. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.